Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we have the Phone 3, the version 472, which has just been released, and I want to walk you through it. But also I wanted to give you my reflections after using this device for 30 days. My experience has been pretty good. I have experienced one bug. There have others that have experienced many others, but the one that I have has been fixed. So now hopefully I will not experience it again. And if I do, then I'll keep the community updated. But the first big thing that they have added into the 574 update, it is the creation of APNs. So if your carrier doesn't automatically enable your APNs and you have to edit them, now you can go to device info, APNs, or SIM cards, and then you can go around and edit everything that you need. The only bug that I experienced was the podcast bug. So essentially when you loaded a lot of podcasts, it used to kind of like jump around and then the device became unresponsive. But this has been fixed. So as you see right here, I can go around, I can click around, and it's pretty smooth, it's pretty fast. They have added this that you don't have to scroll. You can just tap into the area to scroll up faster, which I think is a welcome improvement. And definitely it's going to be better for the device reliability and for the podcast application, the tool that you're going to be using. Now, there is another thing that they have fixed, which is the notes. So whenever you used to have a very long note and you used to kind of like go around here, what happened is that you couldn't scroll back and forth, but now you can, and you can see essentially and allow to edit whichever area it is that you need that note. There used to be some strange behavior in the past. I don't use the notes tool a lot, so it wasn't really affecting me, but I know some people that have, and they were reporting on it. So this has also been improved. Another major improvement has been in the directions tool. So now you can essentially go around and go to your destination. So wherever you need to go, you have the ability to search and see and zoom and kind of like, oh, where is it? What is my destination? How am I getting there? Essentially. So it takes 95 minutes apparently to walk 5 kilometers. I don't know if that's accurate, but essentially now you can map around the directions application and get your information that way in an easier manner. There is a few extra under the hood improvements, which you are not going to be seeing all the time, like the MMS. Whenever you were texting somebody, you can now essentially see that it has been sent. So you're going to be able to see like, okay, whenever you're sending a picture, here's a picture that I have. I'm going to attach it. And whenever I send it to my mom, that's it. It now will say not sending forever, but now it will say when it sent it. I did not see this often, so, probably it's just something that maybe in the configuration of the operating system was not being done properly. But now you can also essentially forward some of your images to email. So instead of messaging them, you can also forward them to email, which is definitely something that you can get instead of having to connect and having to kind of go with your whatever it is that you're doing, like, your computer, your Android or not Android computer, your Windows or Mac computer or Linux. Now you don't have to connect it. You can just simply click on it and say like, okay, I'm going to forward this to my email, and it's going to be there on the email that this device was configured with. So another improvement, this comes to all of you camera aficionados. So if you have the previous updates, there was no optical image stabilization. Now there is. I believe it's done with electronic image stabilization, so not OIS, but EIS, and that makes a little bit of an improvement. So right here, I'm going to be showcasing to you in the big screen how the results were. And this is just me going back and forth, essentially shaking the camera a little bit and showcasing to you how it works. Same lighting conditions, same everything. But then, of course, it's a little bit more cropped in than the other one. But as you see, it's quite smoother. And I personally think that is nice. That is just, something like if you want video, if you want it to be really great, then you're going to have that ability to see a more smooth, and probably is going to also improve the regular camera. So there is still a delay when you're pressing, as you see, like there it says hold. However, they're trying to fix that, for the future so that it's faster and you want to take pictures in, more like a timely manner. But for those of you who are very important, like the image quality and also camera, they're improving those things. But now we have image stabilization, which helps especially for video. There are other things that are, like I said, under the hood, and There are other things that are coming, like the fingerprint sensor and some extra network things in the future. There is now a network indicator, as you see right here. It's quite small, but it says 5G. So whenever you have 5G, it will showcase 5G. Whenever you have LTE, it will say LTE. There are, again, more things coming. One of the big things is that now the back button, so the back button is going to get improved. I still don't have that firmware update, but it has been acting pretty correctly. And now they have improved that with a firmware update coming up soon. That one's going to roll out probably within the next week. That one is going to improve just the overall experience because there is less time, going back and forth between some of these things. But in our reflection, the iPhone 3 over the last 30 days has been an excellent device for me. I know it is on the expensive side, but I personally think that the investment is worth it. And as we see, and as I always said with pretty much every review that I have done on the iPhone, it just continues to get better. And a month after, they're already releasing pretty big updates. So keep, finding those areas where this device can improve, and the company will continue to listen, which I'm really excited about. If you have any questions about this update, about the device, about anything extra that it may come in the future or not, please leave a comment below and interact with the video. And I will be responding to as many questions as I can, or the ones that I know. And make sure to also give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and a subscribe if you're not subscribed. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for the support, and we'll see you next time.